garden update. Yeah, it's kind of overgrown. Haven't been able to weed. Onions are doing good. Potatoes are ready to pick. See, they browned. I've already picked some squash or zucchini. And look, the broccoli, shit. There's our broccoli. It's about to flower. We need to pick it and eat it, but I just got out of the hospital, so. You can see where I tied up the grapes right here. This was using yucca leaves. They work really good too. See, look at the sunflowers. They're huge. These are all volunteers. We didn't plant any of them. They come back every year. Look how pretty they are. We can get one in the light. Oh no, look. No, they haven't started eating them yet, but when this stuff starts falling off, that means we can start feeding them to the chickens. Here's our other grapevines. I think Dragon's talking. What is it, buddy? What were you saying? Huh? You're on camera now? Look how big they've got. Isn't that amazing? Look how long her neck is. Meep's here lost her meep. She doesn't sound right. But she loves to be hugged. It's crazy. I've never had a chicken that liked to be hugged so much as Meeps. She gets up on your lap and just wants to curl up and fall asleep. She feels safe. It's wonderful. See, in here I took some sod out of the yard and threw it in there because they've torn all this up. Poor girls haven't got to go in their tractor a lot lately. I'm tearing it up in here. Look, there's a mole or a vole growing in there, girls. We got the bench sitting right here so we can watch the girls and the dragon. It's so difficult for me to remember there's a boy in there now when I'm just calling them by a group. Anyway. Yeah, the lettuce is about to go to seed. We're gonna try to succession plant, get the baby lettuce. When it's just growing up, it should be edible. Come here, Lucy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. See, we got June bugs we can pick off the grape plants. There's one. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. The best thing to do is to get a bowl of water and you hit them and the June bugs fall in the water. But it hurts to walk right now a lot, so we're just gonna pick off a couple for them. There was a bunch. Where they at? You guys are probably seeing them, ones I'm missing. Oh, there's a couple. Come here. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. They're crawling on me. Get them. Come here. Here. I was getting this ready to plant. Look, there's something growing in there. Some kind of gourd, squash, pumpkin. I don't know. Oh look, the champagne raspberries, oh my God. Look, they're ready. Oh my God, yum, yum, yum. Oh my God. It's like candy. I swear. It's just like candy. Oh my gosh. Oh look, that one's ready. Got some that didn't quite get pollinated, but spit out the hard part and the rest is wonderful. See, here's the blackberries. We went through a little dry spell and half the blackberries don't taste good, so we've been giving them to the girls, but the other half that started growing when it was raining good, yeah, they taste good. Nothing like the champagne raspberries. You can see this was one blackberry plant right here, and on an earlier video I showed how to propagate them, and I gave away a lot of blackberry plants this year forever. Cutting off right here is, you see where that stick is? That's the one blackberry plant. All these are new ones, and you can see where we had to chop them all down here. And you know, if we transplant these will all grow somewhere. But we've got to make room for the champagne raspberries. They propagate different. The plant is there, they do like blackberries, and they'll come up with new plants, will come up in more spots. Can you see how it's coming straight out of the ground? We did nothing but give it room to do that. Man, oh look, here's another one. My finger's in the way. Look, there's one. Oh look, another one. That one had actually been eaten by bugs. That is a shame. See all these other blackberry plants that are growing from it? I mean, they're going all the way to the grape statue or whatever that is. Let's see if we can find some more. Yep, look. That one's old, it's too old. Oh no. This one is perfect. It tastes just like one of those orange things coated in sugar when you're a kid, but it's not as chewy. Probably a little better for you too. Look. Strawberry. Yay, we're still getting straw. Oh no. Look close, Donnie. Here you go, girls. That's the thing with the strawberries. It's something you've got to really keep your eye on and pick. Same with all berries. You've got to pick them as soon as they're ripe. You got to wait until they're ripe, but I mean, the hour that they turn ripe, you need to get out there and pick them, because that's when the birds and the bugs can get to them. Because when they get ripe, they're softer, so all the bugs can chew through the outer shell, and the birds look for the ripeness. I don't know if they look at the orange, but I know they look for the red. Look up here. These are going to be the flowers, and you know the flower turns into the fruit. So there's going to be more. These things, they start producing, the champagne ones. I think they're actually like a tangerine strawberry or something. I don't know what you call them, champagne. But they start producing, and when they stop, it's when it gets too cold and the berries freeze. So it's a wonderful plant to get. Yeah, it's not quite ripe. All right, here's some tomato plants we've got growing up here in our raised container. Tomatoes are still green. I can't remember exactly what kind this is. Got this gourd plant. It just keeps trying to grow on top of here, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I want the tomatoes to have room. Yeah, see all the gourds and the sunflowers here, they're volunteers as well. He's trying to grow up onto the sawhorse. All right, bud. That's an odd looking sunflower. Those are all sunflowers. These ones I kind of planted. The girls, we buy sunflower seeds for the chickens, so I threw them out in certain areas. These are more tomatoes. They don't look that great right now because I raised it off the ground and shoved this stick under there crudely. stuck a few of them through this fence. It'll help hold them up. Trying to pick this vine. It's a wild vine that grows out here, and it has these beautiful purple flowers on it. And I like to have it growing, but not on top of my tomatoes. Sorry, sir. You're all over here. This is all that vine, except for this. This is a volunteer gourd plant, but this will have all these beautiful purple flowers, and I'm letting them crawl all over my lambs here. This stuff is really vigorous out here too. Marlo's sister gave us 1 or 2 plants of this stuff, and now it grows all over the yard. It's nice. Here's some basil. This is how I planted it. This was last year's basil plant. I just let it sit here and the seeds fell. There's basil growing there. There's basil growing here. All you've got to do is keep the weeds out. And like these are volunteer tomatoes. We got the tomatoes and basil growing right next to each other, so we don't have to go far. Look, here's some tomatoes growing. I need to put those on trellises. These are shallots. We didn't really have a lot of shallots to plant this year. We didn't buy any. We just used some from last year. You see here's more, but we ate so many of them. Over here was a gourd. Where did that gourd go? I'm sure you guys have already been looking at it. Yeah, there's a baby. That's not a gourd. That's squash. That's winter squash, I think, or butternut. Butter stuff. This is butternut squash. That's awesome. Oh look, those are the bugs. Squash bugs. Oh no, that's so nasty. It's all on my fingers. Ew! And here's their eggs. You can take tape and get this stuff off. Or I don't know. I normally try to get my squash planted early so they get a jump start on it. Come here, girls. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here. Yeah. You can see all the volunteer gourds and tomato plants growing next to the grape trellis. Okay, this is like wild wheat or some kind of wild grass. I thought it was corn at first because how it came up, but I like it anyways. We've got a patch in the front yard I kept, but you can see why I thought it was corn. Corn's right next to it. See, we've got a little patch of corn growing this year. All the way down to here. All the way down to the buried chicken. See, if you bury a chicken, you might get an extra one next year. Let's get some dirt on top of her. It's alright. Just gonna bury you. I'll get out of the sun. Come on, you like dirt. You can see these are some squash plants we planted right next to. Oh, we planted it right next to the chicken. Get back in your hole. You're not gonna grow unless you get back in your hole. Are you too good for your hole? See, these aren't doing bad. We need to get the grass out from underneath them, but these are weeds that grow everywhere. They're kind of nice looking though. They're easier to pull out than a bunch of crabgrass. Right next to that, we've got some bush beans. Right here, you got some blossoms on there. These blossoms will turn into beans. If you're gonna grow beans, I suggest growing bush beans because first of all, you don't have to put a pole up like on a pole bean for it to climb. And secondly, they don't have the strings in them. Those strings, that's a chore to get the string out of every one. Here's some more beans, and these are, geez, they're getting eaten up. I don't know what that is. I thought it was a sunflower. This might be some type of weed or I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Cause this is a sunflower and that thing's growing right next to it. But it's different. You see, if you look closely, they're definitely different, aren't they? First of all, the sunflowers don't seem to be getting eaten up as bad. Here's a watermelon plant. I'm not the biggest fan of watermelon, but he's a volunteer, so we'll let him do his thing. He's got a brother around here somewhere too. Look, we've got some wheat too. Homegrown wheat, everybody. Chickens love it. See, what ends up is you get wheat to feed the chickens, and then we use some of that as a cover crop. They love the fresh wheat. Is that better? We like this better, homegrown. Let's put it on this leaf for you. Here's some carrots in here that are in desperate need of weeding. But who knows, we might get some out of there. Go all the way down, and some more of the sunflowers I just threw the seeds in. If you look close, that's a carrot. That's a carrot. These ones are doing a little bit better. We need to really get down in here. Okay, here's the pepper plants. You can see we've got some peppers on them already. They're the smaller ones. I think these are orange or yellow. This is a red pepper plant. And this is that one. See, we actually bought plants this year, I'm ashamed to say. My other peppers were having a really slow start. If you know anything about growing peppers, you've got to get them in early because they take the longest. They're used to growing in very warm areas where they can actually keep growing. They can be a perennial. You can grow them year after year, but it can't freeze or they die. So luckily enough, they've created varieties that go from start to finish in less than 1 year, so we can grow them places like Tennessee. Right, Lucy? Did they do that to help us out? Huh? Listen to me when I'm talking to you. Hate that train, huh? Here's something we harvested today. These are all purple potatoes. Yeah. I tell you what, these purple potatoes, not only do they look wonderful on the plate, but they taste better. I swear, they're softer. They taste better. Trust me. I'm sure they're going to start selling them in grocery stores, unless that's the thing is, they might not be able to harvest these by machine. You might have to hand harvest them, which makes them very expensive in the grocery store, but in the garden, they're wonderful. And you just save some of the other potatoes for seed potatoes for next year. Like we might save, I don't know, have to cut that off and eat that one. But they're wonderful. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Alright, I hope you guys had fun and be good to each other. Bye.